Hello everybody, it's Rama here again, and I am back with one of my cardboard books and starting to decorate it. Now I'm going to tell you, I started doing a tutorial and I didn't like what I put on the cover, or I'm sorry, on the spine, so I ended up ripping it off and it just changed the whole look of it. So I am just going to explain a couple things here. So this is literally all that I did so far, and I just cut a piece of this fabric. It was actually a pillow sham, so I just cut a piece of it. I used to use this all the time for my fabric, and I will tell you, if you've ever used this or not, or any fabric glue, it's just really sticky, takes a while to dry, it's pretty messy. And I also like to sew. When I'm finished putting everything on, I always go around the edges of the entire thing. And sometimes it's like trying to go through all of this sticky glue. So what I figured out that I really like using a lot better is this double-sided sticky tape. It's a permanent adhesive, and I just really like it. So basically, I put 2 strips here and put the fabric on. Then I put a strip here and fold this over. I mean, it just goes perfectly flat. And if I were using the glue, I would have to keep pushing it down and it would come up in areas. It's just a pain to work with. So I just really prefer using this. And like I said, I'm going to sew around the whole thing anyway, so I'm really not concerned. But I've never had an issue with this so far. So anyway, once I do that and it's sticking here, then I cut the corners out. So if your fabric is like this, you would be, I guess this is the inside, you would be making a cut like this and cutting this corner out so that this frees up the space that's going to be in your crease here, because you don't want all of that fabric bunched up in your crease. So you just do that. You're going to cut out those little triangles, and then you're going to take these pieces and fold them over, and that's it. So that's really all I've done so far. And I will show you. I have a bunch of scrap pieces of lace here, and I started kind of playing around with it, and I knew I wanted to put an image on the front. So what I did, I have a couple of black and white photos that I printed on cardstock, and let me hold this up here. So I used the distressed crayons to color these in a little bit, and I think I'm gonna have to do a tutorial with those because I love playing with them. And so anyway, I used them kind of like watercolor and just colored in the flowers. And then this frame is a separate piece that I cut out, and then this larger piece in the background is a die cut, and then I put it on fabric. And what I did to this, I glued all of the layers down, and then once they were all down, then I put a layer of glue on top, kind of like decoupage. And I did that because I was hoping, which seems to have worked, that number one, it would seal all my edges, which it did. And I love the gloss, like the sheen that it gives the picture here. But also I wanted to make the fabric a bit stiffer so that it was, you know, easier to work with. Because what I want to do is I want to have this, but then I just want to play around with some of these pieces. Let me see, I did have one piece that I kind of put through, oh, I think it's under here, yeah. It was really white, so I just kind of, you know, put some of my distress ink, sprayed some water and just kind of smeared it around in there. Grunge it up a little bit. So I just want to take some random pieces and, you know, maybe lay some underneath on the top here somehow. I don't know, fold it there somehow. And then maybe there was another piece I was really liking I wanted to use maybe. Nope. One of these. So they're all kind of the same. I guess I don't know which one I had, but, and then I was thinking something like this. And then maybe a couple of other pieces, things going around there. And I also have these little like flower guys. So that's all. I'm going to play around with that a little bit. Oh, here's like these little guys. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to wait until this fully dries and then just kind of play around with some of these pieces. I've got like the regular lace, and then I have some crochet lace. So just gotta play around. And honestly, I could spend, I'm sure you guys know, I could spend forever just testing out what I like and trying different things underneath there. So that is the next steps then, is to wait till this dries and figure out what lace I want, and then I'll be back. Hi everybody, it's Cree Rama, and I am back with my friendship journal. That's what I'm going to call it. It's going to be filled with pictures of friends. And so my cover here dried, and this part is just glued on with the fabric glue, and this one. You can see here I put some fabric so that it's sticking out of the edges here. And then I just did some messy stitching on the back. And I just left this big huge bow, this piece of sari silk, because I thought I can always trim it later if I want. And then on the inside I have two pockets here that I used some of the fabric from the spine that I used for the spine. So I made these two little pockets and did a little friends piece here. This is a rub-on. This is the first time I've used rub-ons, and I actually really liked it. And I just stuck these in here so you could see that they are pockets. So that is it. I think this is pretty much all I'm going to do to the cover, and should be ready to start filling it, making my signatures and decorating. Thanks so much for watching. And this beautiful journal is going to be for sale when I'm finished with it. So if anybody is interested, you can contact me through Facebook.